gotta get cough drops.
I'll be right here. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm talking like I'm talking to my granddaughter. Hi, everybody. How are you? Let's see if it's live. There it is. Let's see. Hey, there it is. It's empty. Hi, everyone. How are things? So Royce is busy getting some stuff set up. And she had to run back into the house real quick for one thing. So that just gives me a chance to talk to you guys. How are you? I got to turn my sound down. So it gives me a chance really quick to say, if you're watching on Facebook, we really would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Also, so hit the thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. The bell lets you get notifications when Royce is live or when Royce puts a new video up. And this whole weekend, she's talked about a commitment of more videos on YouTube. So I'm going to guess there's going to be a lot more content coming there. The cool thing about YouTube, and I will say this, is they let you customize it. So I get notifications. Actually, I get notifications for two things. One is Royce, and the other one is a group called the Red Letter Media. So I get notifications for them, but I don't get notifications for any other subscriptions that I have. So you have that as an option. If you're on Facebook, what we'd love for you to do is follow. Now, also, if you would be so kind, as to make a comment. It could be hello, could be what's happening, could be why is the screen empty, could be any of it. There's Royce.
Where is Royce?
She just came on the screen. But it does help. And it also, more importantly, it gets the page out to more people. So if you guys would do that, we certainly would appreciate it very, very much. Tori Cranford is watching. I am upset with Tori and Vance Bryce.
Oh. And yeah, where did they go? I saw that.
They went to Tucson for a Roadrunners game, hockey.
Oh.
Because both our chamber director and my coworker are on, and Tori's the president of the chamber board. But they're both members of the Southern Arizona Film Tourism and Sports Authority. Mm-hmm. I got to get it right because it's SAFTSA. And they had an event, and part of it was going to a Roadrunners game.
Okay.
Now, they're bringing baseball back to Tucson. It's a qualifier. I think it's 3 days of games for the World Baseball event. It's basically the World Cup of baseball.
Oh, baby, I'm going to turn that heater off. It's hot.
And our congressman is supposed to throw out the first pitch.
Oh.
So I told my coworker, you better get me press credentials for that. But mainly, I just want to go and watch baseball. But I said, I'll take a photo. I will. I'm not going to shoot
the photo up.
I'm not going to shoot the whole game because I don't have the equipment to shoot a game. Yeah. But will I photograph our congressman throwing out the first pitch at the World Baseball Congress? Heck yeah, I will.
Is that Cisco money, I'm assuming?
Yes. So, yeah, Tori, that's the worst acronym. 100%. SAFTSA.
Is there this thing as a good acronym? I mean, let's just be real.
Oh, sure. There's some. But, so, all right, while Royce is getting set up, let me say hello on YouTube to Kim Hollowell, Kelly Matson, Flea Brown, Ken and Flea are here, Kathleen Hoovis, Redeemed, and Cindy Nygaard. And we are everywhere from California to New York, just in that group.
Good evening, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Sorry I'm late, but I have been down bad this week, y'all. Y'all hear my voice. It's probably like 3 octaves, maybe 2 octaves lower than usual.
All right, on Facebook, we have Kathy Hall, Sergine Crusay, Lisa Puller from Australia, of course, Tori, as we said, Dorothy Lage from Tucson area, Chris Schmidt, Alyssa Bricker-Visithin, Flea Brown again says she cannot hear Royce.
Oh.
Marty Hardy and Memory Williams.
Oh, it's on.
I know, and I got you turned way up.
Do I have the right mic?
You have the mic that goes with this set. I think it's a you thing.
Well, my voice is trash tonight.
I mean, we can trade mics. I have no problem with that. Here.
No, maybe they can hear now. That may have been earlier when I first came in.
No, you're low. I'm watching you on the monitor. You're low.
Well,
Here.
want me to hike it up?
Just take this mic.
Okay.
And then if you're still low, then I don't know what we do.
Then I'm on my own. That's what he's telling me, you guys. I mean, I am low. It's because I can't talk loud. If I talk really loud, I'll start coughing.
So Royce has already put me on the word that I am to do a lot of the talking today. You also don't project. I do.
Okay.
No, I mean, you really, really don't.
Mm-hmm. You guys, it has been terrible in our house this week because I have a voice today. I had no voice Wednesday and Thursday, and my husband can't hear. So y'all already know what it was like.
Where are you? Where's the mic pointed?
It's right there.
Where's it pointed?
It's pointed.
It was pointed that way.
Okay.
So maybe put it down in the center. Here.
Well, I thought you told me you wanted to put it closer to my mouth.
I do, but I think you got to have it pointed towards you. Because you really, really can't.
Okay, is that better?
You can't project right now.
Okay, what if, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat over here.
I don't know if that's going to help. It might make everything too hot.
Well, we'll see, babe. I'll just do it 6 decibels. I won't do it all the way up. And I'll just boost it a little bit.
Because you really, really can't. All right. I'm going to turn me off.
Okay, what if Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. I can hear me.
All right, I can hear me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, there you go. I'm back.
And better than ever. You gotta do the whole thing, baby.
I know. That's from Opie and Anthony.
Is it?
It's not a real song. It's 2 radio jocks in New York about a decade and a half ago.
Oh, well, you always do that.
I know. They were making fun of the bands that reunite.
Oh.
And there's always a song. And Jim Norton is the comedian who did it. And he goes, every time there's a song, we're back and better than ever. We're back. And it's true. Every reunited band does some kind of we're back song.
Oh my gosh.
And it's bad.
Reunited and it feels so good. Okay. This evening, we said hi to everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I apologize ahead of time. My voice is trash, and it is just what it is because I've been sick all week. But I didn't want to miss tonight, so I wanted to make sure and come on so we could finish our project that we started together. Even though I've completely retooled it. I will show you guys. We started working on, hold on, let me clean up my mess here. We started working on this medicine cabinet. It's been 2 weeks ago now, hasn't it, babe? And let me get my little pieces off of here. And we had started out with the big trim. What did you do with that trim that was on your table, babe?
Oh, you need that?
I don't need it. It's fine.
You leave stuff on my chair every time, so I never know what was just done or what is needed or...
So this is a frame I bought at the thrift store, and you guys know my assistant George Potang. He made me like a little cabinet. This shelf has there's pegs on the side for me to put the shelves on there. But we were going to take this plain ordinary frame and make it into something special by using molds. Thank you, baby. It's okay.
You fell. I see it.
It's okay. So the last time we were together, we all agreed to use this really thick mold, and we could absolutely do that and it would be beautiful. However, oh man, Oh, good. My camera's in my pocket. It's in my pocket. I forgot to put my second, look, I don't even call my phone a phone anymore. I call it my camera. That's how bad it is. I forgot to put my second camera on. I'll be right back. Oh, I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. Okay, is that okay? I always have to adjust it from the membership to here. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. We were going to use this thick trim around the edges, which would have been fine, and this trim does fit really well. But when I went back to the project, I was like, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of our practicing building out ornate frames from multiple pieces. And so I trashed that idea. I'm sorry, y'all. I made an executive decision. I'm going to see if I can pull up photos that I put on my phone earlier. Oh, I did. So I wanted us to take a few minutes to look at, not that one. Let's take a look at, we'll look at this frame. Let's take a look at some ornate frames for a minute. And one of the things that I'm probably learning the most in my art classes that I'm taking now is that for a lot of us, when we see something, we see the whole thing all at once, and the idea of replicating it becomes overwhelming because we're looking at everything. But really, if you look at this frame, it's made up of a lot of pieces that have been joined together. It's not like one big ornate thing. It's a lot of small shapes that have been cobbled together to create this beautiful frame. And so we're going to cobble together our own pieces today to make our own beautiful ornate frame using smaller pieces and being a little bit more thoughtful about how we use them. So I'm going to tell you guys what we're going to do, and then I'll start working. I won't be doing a ton of talking tonight because I can feel my throat tickling already just from talking the few minutes that we've been here together. And I have half of what I need already poured, so we'll pour the rest together. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the challenge. And I think the challenge for a lot of us when we start trying to put these together is figuring out what we're going to put where and making decisions before we waste our product, right? Because we don't want to waste our clay or our resin making some pieces that we may not actually use. So I'm going to show you guys what I did tonight. I'm kind of excited because it really did help me.
So I thought it was okay. I mean, you never want to spend money you don't want to spend. I get that part.
Yeah.
But by the same token, if you use resin in a mold, you've got a bucket of molds that you've made. So it's not like they go to waste. They just go in the bucket till you use them, right?
They do, but it depends. Like last week, remember I was down to my last of my resin?
Well, the week
before. Like that's a situation where you're like, okay, I only have so much and I want to accomplish something.
Yeah, so I get not wanting to waste. But
yeah.
By the same token, if you do, it's not like, got to throw it out.
No, you can just save it. I have a whole bucket of resin over here. Of resin pieces that a lot of you guys have gotten with the claw game on Whatnot on the week on the claw game on Whatnot. I put some of my resin castings in there. So this is what I did. I took my mold and I just took my IOD ink because IOD has these. I'm gonna have to give you a signal, babe, when you turn my mic off, because I don't be coughing in people's ears. They have micro rims on them, and we love the micro rims because they make it easy to create flat back molds when we're using the clay. And when you're using resin and you over pour a little bit, it's not a big deal because that micro rim is going to basically cut it exactly where it needs to cut off anyways, and so it makes it easy, really easy cleanup. But I found a third way to use it. And I just happened to be cleaning up my workspace, and my ink pad was sitting next to my mold, and I thought about this tonight. I don't know if anybody else has done this or not. They probably have. Our community is so freaking creative, but I just thought about it tonight. And so I'm just patting some ink, and I'm really concentrating on getting it on the micro rim that's on there. And then I'm just going to stamp it on some regular paper. And then that way I have my shapes and I can cut them and lay them down, and I can plan, right? Before making final decisions about what I'm going to pour and how I'm going to set up my molds. So I'll show you guys kind of what I want to do tonight with the paper first, and then we'll look at how it translates with the molds, because when you lay down the paper, you're not accounting for volume, right? Because it's flat. So there may be some differences, but this still gets you a lot closer to where you need to be than, you know, trying to stare at your mold and figuring out how it's going to fit on your piece. And if we have any questions, babe, let me know, okay?
Lisa Vansel, I've mixed resin poorly before. What a nightmare trying to clean it out of my mold.
Yeah, it's really sticky. Okay, so this is the frame that we're going to be working on, and I had all my pieces cut out, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to work before I actually poured my pieces. So I was able to cut out these pieces from my paper and kind of figure out exactly where I want everything to go before pouring my pieces. And so I think this is what I've settled on. This is going to be the long side, and then beaded trim from here to here, and then this will be replicated in this corner, and so on and so forth. And so, but I was able to use my pieces of paper to lay it out. This still isn't going to be 100% because I may, you know, get something on here and it may not lay. Like, I'm curious to see how these two pieces are going to stack together. But we'll see, right? But we're like halfway through knowing exactly what we want to do, and we haven't wasted any product yet. One thing to be mindful of, your stamp is going to be like bigger than the actual casting is, just because we're cutting around the rim. And when you pour your resin, you're pouring on the inside, but it's really not that much bigger. Let's show you guys. So it's still, you can see the, you know, the stamp around the edges, but it's not too much bigger. So it's a really good indicator of how you can lay out your molds, and you can kind of play and move things around before you start actually casting.
Kathleen Huvis, I'm such a visual person. This makes so much sense to me. Great idea.
Thank you. I am too, Kathleen. To a fault sometimes. Very visual. And so if I can see something, I can make it work. Now, I didn't cut out like multiples, so I don't know if it's going to work perfectly. You know what I mean? I just did the one side. So we'll see. I may have to make some small adjustments. But honestly, I was late already, y'all. We was running out of time, so I had to get here. And this doesn't have to be in the center, but I kind of would like it to be. So we'll see. These are the pieces I want to pour. I may end up, and another thing too is we don't have to keep this whole thing. I could decide to cut off this whole piece right here and just keep this piece, and it would still be beautiful. But I don't know. I'm going to pour the rest of them, but at least I have a really good idea of where I'm going to start. Now, when I talk about accounting for the volume, this is what I mean. Because this piece, when I was laying on my paper, I saw it being under this piece. And honestly, if I were working with clay, this would be really, really easy to do, because I would be able to just form this right around this and make it look like one. And you can take your clay and thin it out with water and make like a slip, and kind of push it into your crevices so that everything still looks like one piece. But I think if I apply some heat to this, I still may be able to get it to wrap around this piece, and I may have to trim this piece a little bit, but I still think I can make that work. But before we do anything else, I want to go ahead and pour the rest of the pieces that we need and then we can get started.
Dorothy says if you put the mold with the pour castings in freezer overnight, it should come out completely.
Oh, for
That's
the one who
pour resin incorrectly.
Yeah, in the freezer? Really? Okay. Have you done that, Dorothy? Because I would think the cold would stop it from setting. But maybe it freezes it and it looks like, I mean, it's almost like being set. And I'm sorry for my sniffles. I know, I apologize, but I can't help it. So I just wanted to share that trick. I was super excited about it, and I was hoping you guys would be excited about it too.
I got to imagine it can't hurt to try.
To try.
Putting it in the freezer. You know, if you do a batch.
Oh, I know. If it's already ruined, you might as well.
Yeah.
And so earlier, I tried to pour too much freaking resin, and I had a lot of it just end up setting in my cup because I tried to do too much. I did what I told you guys not to do, which is I tried to pour more than 40 mils, which if you have like a big mold, like the cloche mold, which is like really big, and you're pouring that much, it's not a big deal because you're going to be pouring that all out. But these are really lacy, and so you have to move slow. So you don't have time to be messing around with the quick set resin, with that much quick set resin when you're trying to pour in these really lacy molds, because you have to go slow. And as you guys know, the more resin you have in your cup, the more heat it produces, and so it actually sets up faster.
Yeah, Amanda Velderman says, heard that it works the freezer much like wax.
Okay. So the molds I'm going to be pouring are these two from this one and this one. So 1, 2, 3, and then I have duplicates here because I need both of these bead molds, and then I just need one of the corner molds. I didn't bring any Kleenex out here. Can you turn my mic off for me, babe?
Let's see, which one are you on?
I don't know.
I don't remember either. Try it. All right, try that. I think that's good. All right. Yeah. Well, we can still kind of hear it on mine. But that's okay. Yeah. All right, try that.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pour these two beads here. And then I need one corner piece, these two, and then this one. And then if anybody has questions while I'm pouring, you guys can let me know. Or, David can chit chat too.
Well, David can do that while he's trying something. I think this microphone's just done. Because no matter what I do, I really can't get it. I've got it turned up all the way, and I can't get it any more elevated.
Oh, yours?
Yeah, the one that you started with.
Yeah, turn mine off, babe.
Sure. So, I think it's time to maybe buy some new ones.
Okay. So that's 20 of that one, and I'm going to do 20 of this one. And I could be like better and actually look at the measurements on here before pouring. But I'm not going to, because you guys know whatever extra I have to pour, I'll just save it for later. I'm taking these sketching classes, and there's so many ways that you can approach sketching. And this one instructor wanted me to like measure out a grid that was exactly 1 inch, 1 inch by 1 inch. Oh my gosh, I was just out. Like, no. There's got to be a better way. I'm funny. No. My creative brain was just not up for that. So I'm not the best when it comes to like measuring things and being exact.
Well, I think that's okay, right? I mean, as long as you're in the ballpark. This isn't baking.
Well, no, I'm measuring it. It's fine. It's just as far as how much I need to make, because the molds now tell you how much resin it takes for each one. So theoretically, I could figure out exactly how much resin I need before I pour it. But I'm not going to do that. And I can feel this resin getting hot in here. So I need to move my booty or I'm going to have resin in this cup. Although the more I pour out, the slower I can slow that down a little bit. So if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like the resin in your cup is getting hot, you can pour it out, try to pour out the volume of it, and then go back to the places where you need to be a little bit more meticulous. I think I'll pour this one.
Let's see.
And I'm using the Illuminite quick casting resin. So I think that our mixing time is like 5 minutes, and the total time you have before it starts setting up is 10 minutes. So it's quick, which is why I love it. But it also means you got to hustle your booty. You can't be messing around.
Dorothy Lage says, use grid paper. I learned to enlarge a small image by drawing with grids. It really works.
I know it works, Dorothy, but it doesn't match my brain cannot. I know it works, but my brain just doesn't like it.
Linda Gardner, what's the name of the mold in the middle?
This one is called the Dainty Flourishes mold. And this one's a newer one. So ILD is always like, perfecting their products. And so you guys, the old molds are good. These have the micro rim. I have some younger molds than these, or older, should I say. These are like the first gen ones, and you'll see that there was no micro rim on these. So the newer ones have the micro rims, and then the even newer ones have the micro rims, and there's also a micro texture inside the molds to make them easier to paint. And then the newer ones now have the name of the mold here on the side, and you can look and see it tells you exactly how much resin you need for each casting. So just always improvement. And the newer molds have a lot more detail too. The new gen molds have a lot more detail than the older ones did.
Let's see, Lori Stanley Anderson, Anneman, Develderman, sympathize with your cough. They've been dealing with one since Christmas.
No, don't tell me that. No, I have the young lady who's working on my Shopify site says that this is like week 6 for her. I think she said that she's having a hard time getting rid of a cough.
Oh, Kelly Matson said she's working on a frame right now, didn't know how to lay it out. So she thinks this might help.
Oh, good. And I literally you guys saw me, I just pat this on there and laid it out because it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be good enough for you to be able to cut it out, cut your pieces out so that you can lay them out and you can see. I want to lay these to the side, but I'm kind of waiting for them to start setting up better because you do want to have your molds on a level surface when you're making them, because if it's on an unlevel surface, you'll end up with them being uneven. So as soon as these are set up enough, we'll set them to the side and we'll start working with the other molds. And do you see my glue? I think I took it. Oh, no, it's right there. Can you hand me that gray bottle? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I have one. I'll be using Type Bond Quick and Thick to glue the molds tonight. And I also have my, look, Flea. I know Flea's going to ask, how did you get paint all over your dryer? It's a long story. This is my heated craft tool. This is actually an embossing gun. I love it because it's quiet, so I can use it on my lives, but it gets really warm and it doesn't blow a lot of air, and it does work really well. But I'll be using this to heat up our resin so that we can make it malleable again, the ones that I poured earlier. Do we have any questions, babe?
Dorothy Lage, Dainty Flourish is a staple, so versatile.
It really is. It really is. What are you watching, baby?
I'm just trying to find something. So no questions.
Okay.
Melissa Paget had a cough for several years.
No, Melissa. And Melissa?
But she says, of course, I refuse to take the prescription the doctor gave me.
That might help. That's like my high blood pressure. We won't talk about it. And Melissa, your toolbox, I haven't gotten it out yet because I want to make sure that the sealer like cures for a few days because I need to make sure that it's going to be good for you. So we'll work on getting that out Monday or Tuesday. We are in the warehouse working on the next release, you guys. I'm so incredibly excited about what we have to offer. There are going to be 7 designs. We'll be shipping out, the boxes are packaged in my car, but we'll be shipping out to our international retailers first thing Monday morning. And then all of our domestic retailers will be shipping out at the end of this week. So everyone should have paper by next week. And I will have like a firm date for a launch for you guys, but it'll be the following week. So I'm really excited about it. And I hope you guys will be too. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set these aside and we can pull our other ones and start working on them.
Have you mentioned, and if I'm giving something away, you can yell at me. Okay. That there'll be an exclusive at the retreat?
Yeah, there'll be an exclusive decoupage paper and an exclusive, did I say, I think a paper and a stencil at the retreat.
You said you wanted to do a stencil and paper that work together, but can be used separately as well.
Yes, they'll be specifically for the project that we're doing, but they'll be exclusive to the retreat. Yes.
Well, you bring up new paper. That's why I thought of it. Yeah. But yeah, only available there.
Yes. I am so excited for the retreat. And for those of you in my membership, you guys will get to meet Brenda in person. She'll be flying in from Ottawa, Canada.
For those in the membership that are at the retreat.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you phrased it, I wasn't.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
For those of you who are in the membership who are at the retreat, you'll get to meet Brenda. They get this, Brenda's, she's my techie person. She takes care of all the techie stuff. So I can just be creative. It's wonderful. I'm going to have to cut these. You guys see me coming to terms with that, right? I just got to figure out where I'm going to cut them. If I cut this, it's going to be too short. But I don't know that it matters. I don't think they need to connect necessarily. I'm just going to make a decision. Sometimes we get paralyzed by choices. So, and if I don't like it, I can just pour another one. Right?
Please. I think I'm going to cry. Exclusive paper and stencil. Woohoo.
I know. I am. You guys, poor David. I'm going to have you sit down and do the project pretty soon, David, just to make sure that everybody can do it.
Can you tell us what's in the new release? How many papers, stencils?
The new release, no stencils, just paper for this release. There are going to be 7 designs on this one, and that's all I can tell you. I feel like this is backwards, right? It should be this way. And now my little chingaderas my little thingies are wrong. So we'll do those like that.
I know everybody likes new, and I get that, but I don't think the last round of stencils got as much attention as I think they merited.
Yeah, I think part of it too, babe, is...
Wasn't there like a couple of things that happened at the same time?
I just think... Turn it off for me real quick. Yep. Okay.
I forget which one you're on, so I just turned to both of them.
Oh, I think that I need to spend more time, because we had the class, the Stencil Lab class. I just need to spend more time demoing them, I think, because they're like a specific. They're not like a stencil. Because Tracy from oh my gosh, Tracy's gonna kill me. I never remember her business name. She's so talented. She did a vase with the flowers in it. It was so cute using the stencil. So I just think we need more demos because it's not something that we already normally do. So I need to do a better job of doing demonstrations, which...
I know everybody loves new, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it in my world. Oh, what's the new issue? What's the new release? What's the new, all that stuff. But the reality is, I'm also a fan of new to you.
Yes.
I'm routinely finding things that I missed. And it's like, oh, that's really cool.
Watching Columbo again?
Yeah, like watching Columbo again. I haven't watched it in 50 years. Literally 50 years. 1972. And it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to discover something that may already be out there.
Yes.
But it's new to you. It's also, I want to riff when I did radio 20 years ago, and that was their selling point.
Your audio is currently disabled.
Not according to this.
Can you make sure everybody can hear me?
Nobody is saying that they can't.
It wants me to enable audio, but I don't want to enable audio.
Well, guys, tell us if it's silent. Alyssa says she's glad you cut off that little nub.
Right? I think I like that better. And then we have to envision this when it's all painted too, because right now it looks fragmented. And I think that rather than me trying to get this big piece to stack under, which honestly, if I had clay, I think that would be gorgeous. It would create this really, beautiful shape like this around that.
You're good.
Okay. But I think I'm just going to use this small one right here, which I believe came off of here. So I'll just have to pour a couple more.
And I'm not trying to sell stencils. I'm just trying to give people ideas. There are things out there. Yes, a new stencil will be coming with the retreat. But
yes.
But and I know that you've talked about doing another round of stencils and stuff like that. That'll happen. But, and with anybody's product, not just recycled. It's literally anybody's. If you don't have that mold is new to you.
Yeah.
So
it's true. I do think my spring release was so late last year that I think a lot of people maybe didn't either have an opportunity to buy last year or to use it. And so I'm excited to see more projects with that.
Yeah.
And this year's, but last year's too.
So I'm just throwing it out there. As I said, there was a thrift store that was their selling point. New to you, and I thought, doggone, that's just really smart.
Well, yeah, baby. Everything that we get is new to us.
But we don't think that way.
No, I mean, because we're thrifters. I'm just being a dork.
No, I get that. But
yeah.
I mean, and they were selling clothing. That was their, like I say, this was when I was in radio 20 years ago. And they were pushing the clothing, not the upcycling.
Yeah.
Heck, I don't even know if anybody had thought about that in that world. Not the upcycling world, the thrift world.
I don't think upcycling was a word in the 70s.
I'm not talking the 70s. I said 20 years ago. It was
okay.
2000s.
Sorry, I was half listening.
But anyway, but just that idea that, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's pre-owned, if it's used. If you never had it, it's new to you.
Oh, yeah.
So check out everybody's stuff. That's all I'm saying is you may discover something. Oh, man, how did I miss that? Who cares how you missed it? You got a chance now to take advantage of it.
No, I'm just laughing at you because you're literally preaching to the choir.
Am I?
You are.
Okay.
Because we're thrifters. We're pickers.
Well, yeah, but I also know that humans are, what's the new shiny thing?
No, I hear you, babe. I'm just laughing.
I mean, everybody's excited because you got a release coming, and we're glad. Please be excited. We like it when you are.
But
I get it. But that doesn't mean last year's release, spring release, is bad.
No, it doesn't. It's just
maybe you didn't see it. Maybe your retailer didn't get it.
Well, and another thing is that there are some pieces that are staples anyways. Like, I think everybody can agree that, I'm trying to think of a staple. Neutral ticking, right, is like a staple. There are some pieces that are like really beautiful. Oh, that's not set yet. I'm gonna leave that alone for a few minutes. You guys don't do like me. Don't pull your molds out. Lay them flat and take the mold off of the mold. Don't pull them out because then you distort them when you do that. So don't do what I'm doing. I'm just trying to work fast. I need to pour more. I don't know why. What kind of math was I doing?
Linda Akers, there's a new to you shop near me.
Yeah.
Been around for 20 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a great name, great marketing campaign.
Oh yeah.
But I just tend to think we forget about it. And that's, by the way, I'm in a medium that lives by advertising, and advertising wants to convince you that the new is better. You know, so we get hooked into it. It's easy to get sucked into that.
No, I don't disagree. I hear what you're saying, babe. I'm just laughing at you because you're literally talking to the people who like to use used stuff.
I love it when you post a picture of somebody using the paper that's like 2 years old.
Yeah.
They'll post a project and everybody will go, "Oh my gosh, what's that paper? Did I miss a release?" Like,
oh yeah.
No, it's a 2-year-old paper, but that's okay.
Well, that happened with the corrugated metal about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Like somebody made a piece of furniture and then somebody saw it, somebody else made a piece of furniture, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, is this paper new?" It's like, no, that's from like 2 releases ago.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. Sometimes you see the paper, but maybe you can't see what the possibilities are for that paper.
Right.
And so that's why I like to do videos and stuff to help people like think of ideas and help people, you know, create. And I'm going to have to pour more molds, y'all, because I miscounted. I don't know what I was thinking.
So you were at 43 minutes.
Am I at 43 minutes? Stop it.
So I'm saying that now. Normally we don't even talk about it till an hour, but knowing Royce's voice, we're probably going to duck out a little early and finish this next week.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to finish next week. I think we can make decisions though tonight, and then I can have everything glued on, and then we can paint, and then let's just take some votes tonight. So you guys, this is a pretty simple box, although it won't be when we're done putting our molds on here. Should I use like some chippy milk paint on this, or should I make it bougie and we should use some gilding on here? Like we can use some gold leaf over all of this to make it super bougie. I'll let you guys vote and then we can do that next week. But I think this is the design that I'm happy with. What do you guys think? Does anybody have any suggestion for changes? This is going to overlap just a little bit, but I think there's enough of it that's on here that I don't have to worry about it chipping. Sometimes you can get away with having an overhang as long as it's on your surface enough to support the mold. If I were to have it hanging way out like this, I'd be concerned, right? Because all that's hanging out. But if there's just a little bit hanging past my frame, it's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. So I think I'm going to put those out a little bit further.
Madonna Frazee Reb says milk paint. Linda Akers says I've been itching to pull out my gold leafing. Marianne Droste, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Drost, gold leaf. Lori Slate says gold leaf. That's what we got so far.
You know what? I think we'll send out an email this week and we'll get like a genuine poll.
Kathy All says gold leaf. Flea Brown says your flourishes at the bottom are upside down.
They are. I just noticed that too. Thank you.
Let's see. Chris Schmidt, you can never go wrong with gilding. Lisa Vansel, copper patina.
Ooh, copper would be beautiful.
Susan Boehner, Whitmore Glazer, chippy white paint.
Oh, okay. Wait. Now we have 3 choices. Who said patina?
Lisa Van
Lisa, why you do that to me? Okay, now we have 3 choices. Oh, I want to do rusty patina now. Okay, so what had happened was, let's do this. Do we want to do chippy paint, gold leaf, or rusty patina? Those are our 3 choices.
Melissa Paget says, could we see how the corner pieces look turn the other way around?
Turn this way?
So the rounded coming into the frame?
Excuse me.
Sorry about that. I didn't turn it off.
No, I didn't. It came too fast. I couldn't signal you fast enough.
And Tammy Valoni, are the swirls going the same on top and bottom?
Yeah, they're opposite, right? I want them to be going like this one. If it's going to the outside, then this one will be going to the outside. Oh, this one, huh? Yeah, they're opposite. So these are mirrored.
Yeah, I like it better the first way.
What way?
With
Oh,
the
yeah.
rounded.
Yeah, I know, because, I thought about doing some, like, sashes on here. And so I want you guys, so this is what I thought about. I thought about doing sashes because I wanted to do some. And if this were thinner, because this is like almost 3/4 inch from this top to this bottom, I would probably have done, not some swags. I would probably be comfortable doing some swags because then they would be laying over this. But because this is so high, it's like that thick, I'd be concerned that my swags would be floating there and they may not be like okay over time. And I don't know how it would look with that much space. But I did consider doing some swags like kind of over the corners.
They look like owls turned inward.
I like owls.
Yeah. Now everybody wants rusty copper patina.
Okay. See, I thought, y'all my peoples. I don't know what I did with my little
Marianne, I
piece.
didn't know rusty patina was an option.
I know. Well, Lisa started it when she said patina, and I'm like, oh, wait. Do we want patina?
Kathleen Hoovis says, I think the sides need a little more.
The sides right here?
Instead of just the straight pieces?
We could use maybe one of the borders.
I mean, that's what Kathleen's saying. Vicky Moore, I'm going with option 4. Whatever new inspiration Royce finds this week. Pete Pablo, 1999, new name. How you doing, Pete? Too much gold is tacky. I beg to differ.
It depends on who you talk to, and then how much, and then a nice Baroque frame can be beautiful if it's done correctly.
Now, if it's real gold, it could all be gold. That's what I say. Cindy Nygaard says rusty too. So
I know.
No, I don't disagree. If it's that cheap-looking fake gold, it really does look horrific.
No, we were gonna do gold leaf. Maybe if something we can make it maybe a little bit ornate. So like on our sample frame that we were looking at, I'm gonna put that up real quick. There's a lot more going on, but there's also a lot more room. Like the width of this frame, there's a lot more room for more to be going on. And so my challenge with this specific frame is that the width is not that big. We could do a double. We could do this here and do another really thin molding here on the bottom. Or maybe we just need to pick another trim piece to go here. Who said and whatever Royce is inspired to do? Are you trying to say I changed my mind? I know, I'm bad. Any amount of time, and I'm probably going to change my mind. But I won't change my mind on this one, though, because I'm pretty succinct. Let's see. We have like a lot of seashells and stuff. We have seashells here. This one, even though it's not like a seashell, it still has the same kind of shape, which is something else I wanted to talk about when you're picking your molds. Like you guys notice, I use 3 different molds, right, to make all my pieces. But one of the ways I can make things look cohesive is to have like a repetition. And so even though this kind of a scallop shell isn't exactly the same, I think they're similar enough that there's some repetition that it still looks cohesive. So I kind of want, this one to me didn't have any character, which I kind of liked because it means I don't have to bring in another element. So whatever trim piece we pick, I would like for it to speak to what we already have on here, if that makes sense. These are too fat. And I don't know if I have one that I think I'm missing a trim, because there's trim 1, trim 2, and then trim 3. So I'm missing one. And this is a first gen one, but I think they've already they what if we did the rope? What do you guys think? Still kind of, I don't want to really do seaside though. That's not my angle. I don't know. I will figure it out. I will figure it out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being this one. So that way it'll be a little bit more ornate, because I really don't have enough room to do a whole lot on these edges. Unless you guys wanted me to try something more flourishy than straight.
Let's see. Lisa Vansell used straight pieces along the sides. Lori Slade says use the same decoration on all 4 sides.
These, the flourishes.
Lisa Bricker visits in. I'd like to see the pearl trim all the way around the inside edge of the frame.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a ton of room, right? Because this isn't that fat. I guess I could make it fit.
And Linda Gardner says, think the sides need something more than just a straight line.
Can you turn that off for me, please, babe?
Yes. Louise Stevens says, I think the sides will look fine after you put on the corners. Maybe that's the problem, is people are just seeing the lines and then nothing on the bottom corners.
Let's look at that. I'm gonna have to cut off a dot, but maybe. I haven't made up my mind which piece I'm going to put here yet. I am so sorry, you guys. I did bring a cough drop though, but I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Because then it won't be all bland, because you'll still have this here and this here. And we could do, I mean, we could use the flourishes here, maybe. Because I could trim those to make it fit. It's like a puzzle. I could trim this little bit off of these flourishes and we could use those, and that would be a little bit more ornate than the, or we could just use both. I don't know. That seems like it's a lot. Baroque was a lot though. What if we used an ornate piece in the middle and we had beads on either side of it? We will see. I think I'm going to end up putting a little bit more on the ends. I will post a picture halfway through the week when I get it done. I'll be honest with you. We're going to be in the warehouse all week getting packages shipped out to the retailers for the new release. But I have these pieces that are left over. Is there another one? I could make that work. And then we could use up the rest of these pieces. Anyways, we shall see, right? Next week, let's put this one right here so we can get a better idea of the full picture. Maybe we don't use our little pearls at all, but we have all these clams and no pearls.
Tetris with molds.
Right? That's what it's like. But this is the fun part, though. I wish if this were like a mirror where it was closer, a swag right here would be so beautiful. But I just think that's too tall to do that. What do you guys think? I vote yes. And then that way it's not playing across that way. And then keeping in mind that all this is going to be the same color eventually, which does change how everything looks.
Yeah, Carol Kincaid says that looks good.
And so I think this is what we'll go with next week. And I will finish getting everything laid out. And I'm just going to be using Type Bond Quick and Thick on my molds. And I like to heat up my molds before I glue them down too.
Flea, can't you hear me giving my opinion loudly?
If I can't hear you, Flea, it's David's fault because he's not reading your comment.
I am. I'm reading when the comments are there.
I think it's going to be super pretty. And I know it's plain on the sides, but I think that's fine. I have these. I have one of these. I don't know if you guys remember. Last year, I didn't have a word. My word for this year, I don't know if we talked about that, is limitless. Last year, my phrase was glorious purpose, which I got from Loki. I am burdened with a glorious purpose. And we did a piece of artwork on one of these, and it hangs in my home office, and I keep stuff in there. So these are really handy. And I have a couple. I have one in my studio, a huge, really ornate frame, and I plan on putting my paints in that. So I think that's all we have. I'm sorry, y'all. We didn't make it any further this week than we made it last week. We do have an announcement, though, that I think we wanted to make tonight.
Did you? Okay.
Well, yeah, because I think we should give everyone notice. I don't think we should just.
Yeah.
So, me and Dave and I were talking about it. I wonder if anybody can tell us how many years do you guys think we've been going live on Sundays? Can anybody guess? Or some of you have been with us.
It says the answer will occur to you at 2 a.m.
Exactly, Chris. That is exactly what's going to happen. My dreams were so clear last night, and they were so weird. I think it's the meds. We were debating 6 years or 7 years.
How long have we been married? We're married 7 years this year, this October.
This October, yes.
So this October, it's 7 years. You've been going live a minimum of 8. I think 9. I
mean, I've been going live, but I mean consistently on Sunday nights.
A minimum of 7.
A minimum of 6 or 7. Let's see. Lori Slate says 5 years. Felice says 7 years.
No, because if we're married 7 years this October, you were going live weekly the year before we got married.
Okay, so 7 years.
So that's at least 8. That's why I say a minimum of 7 consistently every Sunday.
Okay.
I mean, and by every, knowing
yeah.
you take a couple off here or there. But it's been a minimum of 7, I think 8.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, you guys, with the shift of my business model behind the scenes, we're a lot more hands-on with the product now, which requires me to be available at the warehouse more. And I have my membership, which I love. I get to hang out with my people. I missed you guys this week. I'm so sad I wasn't able to come.
I could not talk.
I had zero voice on Wednesday. It's getting harder and harder. And then with the grandbaby, because, you know, our son got custody of the grandbaby. It's been a year now. So we are probably only going to be live a few more nights every Sunday. We are going to take a break for a while. I don't think we've ever done this.
Not an extended break.
Not an extended break. We've taken like not here, but...
Right. Yeah, a couple of weeks on the holidays or when we were traveling.
Yeah.
Things. Heck, we did lives from hotel rooms.
That was when I was on IOD TV. We did that live from the motel room.
We went live here from hotel rooms at least twice.
Oh, I just remember the one in Tucson because I made the crown. That was for IOD. Yep. But I was live on IOD every week.
Yeah. But, so, it's...
Oh, Kathleen, yeah. I mean, I started going live then, right? But it was like, I think it was more sporadic then. But yes, when mom would be behind the cameras talking.
Yes.
I think my mom thought I was like, I think she thought I was putting on a show for her.
Oh, yeah. She was in front of you for a little while, then she was in back when she couldn't get mobile. Yes.
Or when she wouldn't come in the living room before we got started.
Yeah.
And then she'd wait until I get started, and then she'd want to come in the living room. Yeah. Anyways.
So, yeah. So, I made this comment, and Royce looks at me and goes, but it's art. Having been an actor that did not earn a lot of money, I got 2 paid jobs as an actor. I've never understood actors that quit a TV show. It's a paying job. Mm-hmm. How do you turn down a paying job in an industry where you don't know if you're going to work next week? Hollywood may decide, we just don't want that Dave Bell. You know, and that's, you can do that. So if I get a TV show that wants to run for 10 years, yeah, or the audience wants me on it for 10 years, and guys go, oh, I've said all I can with the character, you're an idiot. That's my feeling.
It's artistic, baby.
However, I also understand, having been a journalist now for 30 years, and how much I really am done with being a journalist.
And I mean, I'm not done.
You're not done, but I can understand you really need a break.
Well, and just so you guys know, I'm not going away, right? Because my focus is just going to change. In order, like logistically, for me to work from day to day, it just makes more sense for me to do pre-recorded content than to come live every Sunday.
I mentioned that when you were still getting stuff, that you were going to go a little heavier into YouTube.
Yeah, so I hope I have an editor. She probably wants to choke me out because I didn't answer her all last week. But so we'll be uploading videos like regularly onto the Royce Cycle YouTube channel. So I'll still be delivering for you guys. I'll still be serving you guys. And then to be honest, the other part is that I have been like taking my art more seriously and really having to dedicate a time to that too, in addition to all the other things. But the pre-recorded videos, I think, will serve you guys really well. I'm actually really excited about...
Lori Slate, what about once a month?
Well, we will come periodically. So, like, for instance, we have a launch coming up. So you guys know I'm going to show up and show you guys the papers, and we'll do some projects. Or, there'll be... I'm doing collaborations. I have so many collaborations I'm signed up for. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a few collaborations coming up, and I think at least one of those is live. So I'll still be live. It just won't be every Sunday the way we've done it for the last 6 or 7 years.
So another question, will you still be doing Whatnot?
Yes.
So Whatnot's got a whole separate issue. So we rotate every other week. So Royce is on every 2 weeks. I've taken a break because Whatnot got my money.
Well, we got to set up your Stripe account, babe.
But they should say set up a Stripe account.
They should say that.
They're holding on to my money and nobody will respond. No email. I cannot get a response to an email.
Which is so weird because I get responses right away.
That's really where I'm at. It's not that I don't have the right account or anything.
It's the principle of the matter.
It's the principle of respond to the... Anyway.
Yes.
Royce's issue is she's got lots of stuff that she's probably not going to use, but it's way too big to ship.
Yeah.
So Whatnot, you're kind of almost to the end of what you can do on a Whatnot.
Well, I just got to go picking, babe.
I get that. I'm just
you guys should saw his face when I said that.
She's got storages full of stuff. It's just
bigger stuff.
Yeah, that the post office is going to look at her and go, all right, that'll be $3,000.
I know.
That she's going to sell for $15.
Yeah, we'll still be on Whatnot twice a month, but that's just twice a month on Whatnot. And I'm not sure how long we're going to do it, honestly, because of the space at the warehouse.
Yeah.
Because Whatnot takes up a lot of space. That we have to keep boxes, and we have to keep inventory. And with the new release, George had to set up a whole nother section for the new release. He had to reorganize everything.
And I've got stuff over there that I've really tried not to put in my stuff, but that's where we do Whatnot from. So...
Picking and storage. I went picking and storage, you guys. That's the stuff I have for this week's show. I did go picking in my storage.
And by the way, I think that's what we're going to call it from now on, because we decided if you put storage in at Whatnot,
yes,
you get like 1,000 people. I don't know why, but
people like storage because it's the mystery of it. You don't know what you might find something priceless. You just don't know. But anyways, that's the announcement that I want to make. It won't be this week. I want us to finish this project together. And then we have the release, so you might as well plan for the next 3 weeks, this week and for at least 2 other weeks, and then we won't be live for a little bit until I can. Well, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but I will make a commitment to being more active on my YouTube channel. So there'll be pre-recorded videos that'll be uploaded weekly on the YouTube channel, and you guys know I love my shorts, so we'll have those.
I'm not saying this to get y'all to spend money, but the reality is you are live with your membership once a week.
Mm-hmm. We're live on Zoom once a week.
Yeah. So, I mean, really, if it's I want to talk to Royce live, that'll be the way to do it. But if you're just, I want to learn from Royce, you don't have to spend a dime. You can just do YouTube.
Yeah. And then whatever courses, I am like really thinking about, and we've talked about this before, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a course with molds. I just didn't think you guys would want that, but based on everyone's responses, they do. So I'll probably we'll do at least a couple of courses this year.
So we really try not to bleed people. Yes, this is how you make a living. Yes, you want to make money. It's no different than any other business. But Royce really goes out of her way to not... I mean, heck, your papers are the least expensive out there.
They are the most accessible.
That's been my argument. Is your brand is not creativity, it's accessibility.
Well,
that's
it's
where
both.
You and I disagree.
Yeah.
But the point is never to just... It's not a money grab.
No. It's not a money grab.
So I just want people to... Yes, I'm saying the membership. Yes, that costs money. That's if you want to do live all the time, but there's ways where you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend any money.
We'll still have videos. We just got to pivot. There'll still be videos on YouTube, and there'll be new videos with new content because I can't help myself, y'all. I'm going to create, and I might as well videotape it. So there'll be new content on YouTube. If I can get a video editor and we can get a system down, my plan is to post videos weekly on YouTube. So you guys will still have, content every week. It just won't be live.
All right.
She says she usually watches me on YouTube, but she happened to catch me live. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube too, so you can watch it, because I know I watch all my YouTube on my TV. So
that's all. It's not a this is ending. Just somebody said sometimes you have to pivot.
Yeah.
Who said that. Kelly Matson said that, and that's all this is. It's just a slight pivot. It's not how we were upcycling. Well, now we're making men's ties. It's not that. It's just...
David does love ties, though.
I do. I really do. And my local source, because nobody wears a tie in Arizona.
I know.
My local source ended, so...
And I think, you guys know what? This cold kicked my butt. I don't know if bugs are getting, like, stronger or if I'm getting older. Because tomorrow, I'll be 55.
You can say that.
That's how, when my cousin, I have my BFF cousin. You guys saw the blue picture that I posted? My cousin doesn't know this, but I painted that with her, one of her photos as a reference. And she really is my BFF cousin. And when we were young ladies in our 20s, you know, like if I got out the car slow or something, she'd be like, girl, you act like you 55. Like, like 55 was so old. Lord have mercy. I'm on 55 tomorrow, y'all, but I can have free classes at EAC now. Woo, woo. Sorry. So I'm actually looking forward to 55. It's weird. But I'm a grandma now, 2 times.
I know.
I'm not sure when that all happened.
Although we can't really see the grand for a little while because you're not well.
I know, because I'm all icky. I want to see in her new pink car. She's driving now.
So her other grandma, I'm sorry, I have to share this. And if Ariana is listening, Kathleen. We are not making fun of your mom. I just get such a kick out of it. So our granddaughter is our daughter-in-law's mother's
first
grandchild. Mm-hmm. And she is
a little girl.
All in.
Oh, yeah.
She is so all in on this grandchild. And it's fun to watch.
Yes.
Because she just loves it. I mean, and you could tell every time you just see her, it pours out of her how much she loves being a grandma. So she bought her one of those cars.
The little tykes.
Yeah, little tykes cars that you sit in, you kind of walk, and that's how you move the car. She's 7 months old. She's not walking.
She will. She'll get there.
But I loved seeing that because it's just from a place of how much she loves being a grandma.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nana.
Kathy's loving all of it.
She's a Nana.
She is. She's Nana.
And so I just think it's really, really cool.
Ariana said that she's going to teach you to call me Gma since you ruined it for me with Damar.
Yeah, it's fine. You can call whatever. I'm just saying.
Okay, you guys. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. And of course, you guys all know this. There isn't anything I've done here tonight that you guys cannot absolutely do. You guys can do this. You can do it today. Lord willing, we will see you guys next week. And membership, I will see you guys Saturday morning for coffee and chat. And since we did not have class this week because I was sick, I'll do like a little mini session on Saturday so we can still chat, but I'll go ahead and share the curriculum that I have ready for you guys on Wednesday, okay? All right. You guys have a blessed evening, and we'll see you next time.